We discussed this with many stakeholders.
It wasn't something that was discussed with, certainly with us.
BC students will not be getting an extended winter break. BC's top doctor confirmed the news Monday. A day later, backlash as the BC Teachers Federation says it's another example of how they find out about major decisions at press conferences and continue to be left out of the consultation process when it comes to COVID-19 school safety.
Teachers need to have confidence that their voices are heard.
Dr. Bonnie Henry announced the decision to not lengthen students' winter break or go on break earlier than planned at her press briefing Monday.
We discussed this with many stakeholders. The downsides of it would be far greater than the safety and the protection of the education and the interaction that's needed in the schools.
For teachers to hear this news publicly for the first time is not helpful.
Terry Mooring with the BCTF says they were not consulted, nor was the new COVID steering committee made of parents, teachers, and support staff. That committee was recommended by the BC Labour Board last month after it found major communication breakdowns in relation to COVID-19 safety decisions in schools.
The steering committee was set up to discuss issues that impact education and was intended to prevent unilateral decisions like this from being made.
Last month, officials in Alberta announced a longer winter break for students to slow down the spread of the virus. But here in BC, infectious disease modeler Carolyn Colleen, who's been looking at transmissions in schools, says the data shows students don't appear to be disproportionately transferring COVID-19 compared to other kinds of gatherings.
They're clearly not, a core institution that is driving most of COVID transmission. So there's not kind of a disproportional benefit as far as the data that I've seen.
Most post-secondary schools in BC, however, have made the call to extend winter breaks, including the University of British Columbia, Capilano University, and Simon Fraser University. Students will now start their next term January 11th as opposed to January 4th. UBC saying it's in an effort to alleviate the pressure on our community during the COVID-19 pandemic. The BCTF has not said whether they would have been in support of a longer winter break, but are emphasizing they want to be involved when these decisions are made.
In terms of communication, there's been a recognition that there are communication issues, but not enough steps clearly have been taken to rectify those communication issues.
In New Westminster, Ashley Burr, City News.